Hey, what's up, Warriors fans? So I've had some time to think about this James Wiseman trade that happened yesterday. I'm still not too big of a fan of it. I was even unhappier yesterday until I've had some time to think. So I'm going to break it down. Okay, so far through this season, James Wiseman has only played 21 games. He's only given us 12 and a half minutes average, 7 points per game, 3.5 rebounds a game, and less than a block and a steal per game. I know Steve Kerr hasn't been using him too much either. He's also been recovering from injury last year as he didn't play. But really, you're not losing much. And I figured this trade is all about the money. I'm going to break that down in a second here. But let's take a look at what we get with Gary Payton II. Gary Payton II is back in the Bay Area with the Golden State Warriors. I like this addition. He's a nice bench player. He gets you some rebounds. Steve Kerr is familiar with him. He knows the system. He can fit right in. And he gives you about the same as you get from Wiseman's production, about 4 points per game, 2.5 rebounds a game, and a steal a game in 17 minutes. So you're getting a little bit more minutes. Now, granted, you do lose a lot of size here, down under. Now, this trade was all about money. James Wiseman was due $9.6 million this year, $12.2 million next year, whereas Gary Payton II was due $8.3 million this year, $8.7 million next. This saves the Warriors $7 million in luxury tax this year and $30 million in luxury tax next year, and could possibly go lower as Draymond Green's contract is set to expire next year. This trade lowers the total salary and luxury tax to $363 million this year and $464 million next year, way lower than the $500 million expected. After the trade deadline, here are some potential buyout options. A little expensive, but for Richaun Holmes would be your best option. In 2021, when he was a starter, he averaged 14 points a game and 8.3 rebounds a game and 1.5 blocks a game. Next, you could possibly add a veteran like Serge Ibaka, who hasn't played too much this year, but will give you about the same as what James Wiseman was currently giving you. And Danny Green is a veteran. He's won 3 NBA Finals, 40% career three-point shooter, but he's coming off an ACL tear, so he hasn't been able to play much this year so far. But you can get good production out of him in the playoffs. And last but not least, I have Kevin Love. He's played the most this year. He's 8.5 points per game, almost 7 rebounds a game. He doesn't turn the ball over much. He's a veteran, and he's good friends with Klay Thompson. This is just for fun. This is just a quick look at the draft picks they have. So maybe they're planning something for the future. And again, this is just for fun, a list of the top free agents in the next 2 years. If the Warriors have something cooking, I just don't see them competing this year, and I think they know it. So I think they're going to lick their wounds and go into next year and come up with another game plan. Maybe come up with a blockbuster trade over the offseason or a free agent move. Karl Anthony Towns, I've heard, has been ringing, that name has been ringing bells in Warriors camp, although I don't think it'll ever happen. And another fun one would be Damian Lillard, of course, from Oakland, local guy. Be awesome to see him play alongside Steph Curry. These guys are getting old. Draymond and Klay Thompson and Curry. They maybe have 3-4 good years left max. And that depends if they get injured and whatnot. And it's been a hell of a ride. I'll tell you that. So maybe they try to get one more before these guys retire. Let's see. I'm hoping so.